topic is training process. So, whenever company will conduct a training, so what is the process of it? So, as training and development is involving a huge cost, so proper planning for training is very essential. So, the very first step in the training process is the needs assessment, because until and unless we know what is the need for training, what training is required, who required the training, so till that company cannot decide the type of training, the duration of training, or who will be the trainer. So for each and everything, first the need of training is need to be analyzed. So very first step in training process is needs assessment. So needs assessment is done at three levels. So organizational analysis, task and KSA analysis, and person analysis. So in organizational analysis means first we have to see what is the purpose of training, what is the need of training at organizational level, because there are different objectives that just right now we have seen there are different purpose of training, different objectives of training. Training can be given for technological change, training can be given for promotion purpose, training can be given for uh, reducing the rate of accidents, for safety purpose, training can be given for total diversification of the products. So training is required for the different purpose. So according to purpose, training type will vary, training techniques will vary, the content of the training will be different. So organizational analysis is very important. First we have to see what is the organizational objective: for technological change, for promotion purpose, for transfer purpose, for adding new product or new service. For that purpose training is required, or it is required for safety purpose. So what is an organizational need? After that, the next need analysis is task and KSA analysis. Now, once objectives are ready, yes, for promotion purpose or for technological purpose, so task and KSA analysis. So for that purpose, what KSA are required? Now, KSA means knowledge, skills, abilities. So if company is planning for technological change, so to adopt to that technology, what knowledge is required, what skills are required, and what abilities are required in employees. So for completing that particular task, for completing that particular job, what knowledge, skills and abilities are required, that is to be analyzed. So up till now we know what is the purpose of training and what knowledge, skills and abilities are required for that particular job. Suppose for example salesman is a job. So for salesman job, what knowledge is required, what skills are required and what abilities are required. So knowledge means you can say the product knowledge, product information, because there are various varieties of products, categories of products, so that the particular job requires knowledge of that products. Now skills, now what skills are required? A salesman will go to the customer, or customer will come to the to the company, then salesman will deal with that customer. So for dealing and for convincing, what skills will be required? Communication skill, gesture, body language, personality, then listening skills, then problem solving skills, then query handling, confidence, convincing skills. So all these things are required, and abilities. So abilities is just right the ability to use the skills, the confidence that is required, the personality that is required, whether he is able to communicate properly, whether he is able to handle the customer queries properly. So these are the requirements of job: knowledge, skills, abilities. Now next analysis is person analysis. Now in person analysis, company will in person analysis, now we have to find out now what knowledge, skills and abilities are lagging in that individuals who are doing that job. or who will do that job. So once we know what knowledge, skills, abilities are required to perform that job, now we have to analyze the people who will do that job, whether they are having that knowledge, skills and abilities. That is called person analysis. So person to person needs will vary. It's not that all salesmen will lack the communication skills, all salesmen will have proper listening skills. No, person to person skills will vary. Some salesmen will have good communication skill, but they will not have proper body language. Some salesperson will be good looking, smart enough, but they are not having good communication skills. So person to person, the abilities, skills and knowledge will vary. That is why need assessment is very essential, because needs are different according to objectives, according to jobs and according to person. Needs will vary. So that is a first process or first step in training process, needs assessment. So from needs assessment we will come to know what knowledge, skills, abilities are required to perform the job, and whether our employees are having that knowledge, skills and abilities. If not, then what skills and knowledge and abilities they are not having. So that we have to find out. That is called gap analysis. So in simple language, we have to find out gap analysis. The skills, knowledge or abilities that are lagging in the people. So once it is found out, next step is instructional objectives. So we have to now decide the instructional objectives, that at the end of the training process, what outcome we want. So for example, at the end of the training session, we can say our rate of accidents will get reduced. That is one instructional objective. Or we can say our people will able to handle the new technology. Or another example we can take, like absenteeism will get reduced. Another example, like now salesman will be able to handle customer queries. So these are the instructional objectives that we have to decide here. Now next is the important phase in whole training process is selection and design of instructional program. So here the HR department will plan the design of training program, like what methods are used for training. There are different methods, we will see in the next lecture. So there are different methods of training, different methods. Then what techniques will be used for training, who will be the trainer, who will be the trainees, what will be the duration. So all these things will be decided in design of training program. So whole agenda will be decided here. Okay, and once design is ready, the agenda is ready, next step is training itself. So this is implementation of training program. So here training means training implementation. So according to the said design, now training will be implemented. And after implementation, the next and last step is training evaluation. So in training evaluation, we have to make sure that whatever objectives we were having for training program, whether we are able to achieve that objectives or not. Like we have drawn objective like reduce rate of accidents. So whether we are able to do that. Now whatever skills we want in our employees, whether they are now having that skills, whether they are able to use the skills in their actual job. So this is called training evaluation. So training evaluation will be done for four purpose, and one is training validity. Now training validity means whatever skills, knowledge and abilities we were supposed to have in our employees, whether now they are having that skills, knowledge and abilities or not, whether they are able to grasp that or not. Next is transfer validity. Now transfer validity means now whether whatever new knowledge, skill set and abilities they have been inbuilt, whether they are able to transfer that or use that in their actual work or not. That is transfer validity. Next is intra-organizational validity. Now intra-organizational validity means now whether the same training program can be used in future as it is, or some changes will be required. That is called intra-organizational validity. For example, now whatever trainer we have called for training purpose, maybe trainer was not having that much knowledge. So for next training purpose, we have to change the trainer, or duration was not enough. So in next training program, we have to change our duration. So that is called intra-organizational validity, whether the same training program can be used in future, or some modification will be required in that training program. And in the same way, inter-organizational validity. Now, inter-organizational validity means whether the same training program can be used in another organization. That is called inter-organizational validity. So these are the 4 level evaluation of training program. So this is a whole process of training program. So mainly there are 4 stages: needs assessment, then design, implementation, and evaluation.